It's a beautiful day for baseball at the K. The sun is high in the sky here in Frankfurter Burgelschmerz, as the Royal Beefs, your own Royals, host the Alkenstar Automatons in an exhibition game.
Now, it may feel like we're in a pickle team, but that's just relish before it's cut up. Hot Doug. Come on.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yes.
Hot Dog gets a piece of it.
Nice. And he strikes out. He angrily throws his bat. And it goes like 100 feet out into the stands with the stats that he had.
And you know, when you're taking a picture, you got to give 110%. You got to really get down in there. Click that shutter, you know, with everything you got.
And then you give the other half. Beyond 110%.
The other 55. So do you do like a cool 165%?
As the Royals will run off the field and get baseball, and yeah, we'll just edit that out. That'll be a good blooper. As the Alkenstar Automatons take the field. Got into.
Get baseball in is the name of the episode.
What's up, Scrappers? Jeff here with a special announcement. Coming up in just a few short weeks, Wednesday, 9/17, the Kansas City Royals are hosting Major League Baseball's first TTRPG night. I will be at that game, so if you're going to be there too, I have a high five and a sticker to give to you. If you're not in our Discord yet, now is a great time to join for more info about the game and to hang out with other great-looking people. But that's not all. We reached out to the Royals, and against all odds and good judgment, they responded to us. They were kind enough to send us their TTRPG, and we have recorded a 2-part episode with a special guest. That's right. Our next McFib will be a baseball-themed adventure ran by me, and both parts will be dropping on Sunday, 9/7. We had a blast running their system, and I can't wait for it to get in your ears. Enough from me for now, though. This isn't a McFib. This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play you can legally call the champagne of men of podcasts. All the other podcasts are the sparkling wine of men of podcasts.
Good job.
I wrote that joke like 6 months ago at this point.
I can tell because of how you laughed at it. You were like, oh yeah, I'm funny.
I used to be so funny. Now look what happened.
At least you're consistent.
The listeners, they love our terroir. And hello.
Tannins.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Hello.
None of you get hellos. It's just me.
He didn't even say I'm your host and here's everybody.
God,
I was
I'm
waiting
way
for the
thrown
I'm
off.
your host and here's everybody.
No.
We interrupted.
Oh, no.
My bad.
I'm your host and here's everybody.
Hey.
See my
Again.
previous hello.
We've done this upwards of 213 times. Can you tell? Previously on the program, Brixby and Alwyn arrived at the Tarnished Tooth just in time to watch Kira and Tarazi beat the snot out of each other. Only it wasn't Kira and Tarazi. It was Lightning McFace and Brad. And it wasn't a mean fight. It was a happy fight for entertainment. Kira immediately broke the rules automatically by going into a rage and thus using magic spells, which she can't stop doing but is against the rules. And while the crowd looked on, including the rest of the party and Eshki Mel, the two heroes, non-lethally, without weapons, beat the snot out of each other. It was a pretty brutal 30 or so seconds, but eventually Lightning McFace was victorious, knocked Brad unconscious, and Eshkimel came in to declare Lightning McFace the winner and also invite her rather sternly to come down to her office for a private conversation. Kira went down to said office for a private conversation while the rest of the party revived Brad and got closed in there with an angry Eshkimel who, one, accused her of cheating for using magic in the fight, and two, clocked that she was wearing a hat of disguise. So she demanded to know what Kira actually looked like. Kira panicked and may have attacked her just a little bit. Eshki responded by knocking her out because Kira was still pretty hurt from, fighting Tarazi just moments before. And the party clocked that one part of their psychic link had just gone silent. So with Tarazi revived, they made their way down into the office where Kira had disappeared without knowing what was going on in there. And then they threw open the door to find Kira had not been murdered, which was, good news for everyone. But she had had her hat removed, and Eshkimel was going through her stuff. So the rest of the party, they jumped forth. They attacked the proprietor of the Tarnished Tooth, and they beat her up pretty good before she surrendered and managed to convince them that she wasn't actually out to kill anybody. She just had been deceived, wanted to know what was going on, and was trying to get to the bottom of things. That after the tension somewhat ebbed there and Kira was brought back around, the party revealed a little bit of their identities and that they weren't exactly friends of the Technic League, and perhaps they were there in general to see if they could find the Shade, who was known to come to the place now and then. Eshki revealed that she also is not really a fan of the Technic League. There was a little bit of a conversation about a guy named Vargas, who Eshki seemed to know from back in the day. And she was overall sympathetic to the party's cause, and they made arrangements to try to have some more fights the next day with Eshki, dropping rumors to try to hype things up, see if they could lure the Shade into the club for a little bit of a setup, get her attention, see if, since she has a habit of taking champions that impress her and hiring them into her own personal kind of guard service, see if they can't get her to try to hire either Tarazi or Kira. After arriving at that agreement, I think that's where we are now, still in Eshki's office. I'll unpause the game.
Is Eshki still hurt?
Yeah, she is still hurt.
Dang. Well, must be rough.
Hate to see it.
What are you going to do?
Wow. And that was the whole question, eh? That's cold. That is cold.
Well, I showed concern, sort of.
Yeah, all right. Well, make sure you're here tomorrow so I don't get embarrassed.
Sorry about hitting your face.
Sorry about knocking you unconscious.
Well, potato, potato.
Now, single punch, if
Okay.
you're keeping track.
I wasn't, but thank you.
I mean, just if your records want to reflect.
I can't.
What happened?
Oh, I'm outside of the door. Oh, I can't hear.
I mean, I had punched her many times before you got that last one in, but
Yeah, he loosened it.
if,
That's a technicality. I mean,
well, see you tomorrow. And then he, assuming we wouldn't want to leave undisguised, he resumes his broad disguise and just kind of struts out.
Yeah, Kira's Lightning McFace again.
why don't we remind the viewers at home what everybody looks like right now, since we have a lot of churn on the disguises these days.
I think I'm still Chuck Palahniuk, right?
Makes sense.
I'm an Asimar.
Kira is still Lightning McFace, a chicken tengu.
And Tarazi looks like a mostly nondescript but muscular Khalid, who's sleeveless, and his biceps both say the word dice on them. Kind of his trademark.
So dumb. I love it. It's so good.
Well, as you're headed out back through the Tarnished Tooth, a young female half-elf kind of steps into Tarazi's path, and she's dressed a little bit like a spellcaster, but she does have a sword at her hip. She shuffles her cloak a little bit as he approaches, but she says, Brad, was it?
Yeah, it's Brad.
Oh.
And what's your name?
But my name is Karis. I just wanted to say that was really impressive how you and she nods to Lightning McFace. You were both really impressive. I just thought that without magic, Brad here was very impressive fighting technique.
Kira punches her too.
Oh, she dies.
Kira doesn't punch her.
Oh, thank you. It was a good fight for sure. In fact, I think we're gonna have a rematch tomorrow. See if I can't even things up.
Oh, that's exciting. If you're gonna have any spell casting, since it was Lightning McFace here appears to be something of a spellcaster. I mean, I might be able to cast something on you to even things out.
What is this?
Detect vibe, I guess, which is
Yeah, I rolled a sense motive.
sense motive.
You could do sense motives, yeah, sure.
Oh, awesome start to the night. That's a 5 on the die.
That's a dirty 20.
Not too shabby.
Unwashed 16.
Oof.
Filthy 32.
Is there really a filthy 32?
No,
or is the
no,
dirty
that was
20
a dirty 20. I got a dirty 20.
Okay. Well, the dirty 20 being the best one, I think that Kira clocks that this is definitely a nervous young spellcaster, but she seems to be generally interested, if not possibly concealing something, but the vibes are generally pretty good, pretty positive.
Lightning McFace gets real close to Kellis, was it?
Karis.
Karis, because Kellis is an R&B singer. Karis. And does the suspicious chicken face. It's like... And you're just offering this spell or assistance out of the goodness of your heart? This is my new voice now.
She says, I just thought that, to make the fight, even if you were going to have magical effects, I mean, I prepare spells every day, and I hardly ever have cause to cast them, so I thought I would, offer a favor.
That's a most kind and generous offer, Karis, but see, Lightning McFace needs the magic to have a chance against me, and the establishment's rules typically don't even allow it, so if Eshki changes the rules, maybe I'll take you up on your offer, but if not, I'm just going to do my best to even things out with just a roll of the dice. And he flexes his biceps.
And she smiles and nods and says, I understand. Well, I'll ask Eshki about it, and I suppose I'll see both of you tomorrow.
And Kira does, Lightning McFace does one of these things. Listeners at home, it's the thing.
The Macarena.
Uh-huh.
For those of you who aren't and are
Does the electric
watching the
slide
video here.
Yes.
right on out the door.
See you tomorrow then, Kiris. It's nice to meet you.
Goodbye. Nice to meet both of you.
Before we leave, does that seem to be kind of the only people that are paying a lot of attention to them?
Yeah. I mean, I think the crowd in general was pretty interested in them, like when they were fighting, but less so now that they've, ended that part of the night. There might be this odd look here and there, but nothing jumping out at you.
Rod goes through the door ahead of Lightning McFace
Shuts
and
it, yeah.
slams it in her face.
Just
Just to keep up the charade. And then telepathically he says, wink.
Oh, you. Wait. That's telepathic. Out loud, Lightning McFace says, oh, you. Like that.
all right. Well, where all are you headed? It is definitely night at this point.
Are we trapped in here? Where's the door?
There's not really a door. I'll teleport you to another map.
Oh, I see.
So
well,
I think, yeah, but logistically we would teleport there. Just because I think for security we should try to not be able to be followed through
like
a
we would
crowd or anything like that.
Yeah, we would go outside, like go into a dark alley and then teleport back.
Or like, one of those bread hovel kiosks that litter the city. That are usually you can fit 4 people inside.
A 4-person cake hovel.
Yes. It was a cake hovel, not a bread hovel. The bread hovel's the spin-off. That's where the smaller, less profitable franchise.
It's your day-to-day franchise.
Yeah.
You can't have cake every day.
It's even less expensive than the cake hovel.
It's really just because all the bread is made from old cake, which is, it saves on a lot of the baking costs, but it's actually pretty gross.
It saves on the joy, but the cake is still there.
It's just drier, because
Sounds like the cake is a lie.
Oh,
any sufficiently dry cake is bread.
someone's law of science.
All right, well, you sneak off into the cake automat, the closest one that is, of course, open at this normal cake hour, and teleport yourselves back to Mockery. Is this a greater teleport, or do we need a roll?
This is, in fact, a greater teleport. I haven't had much chance to do high-level magics today.
Brixby, like Karis, still has plenty of spells.
Yeah, the only 2 spells I haven't used today are 2 6-level spells to heal the fighters.
Yeah, aside from my, become an ASMR, that's about it. ASMR. If I keep pronouncing it differently, it'll eventually stick.
It's a simma. Could I retroactively have perception checked Karis, just to see if there's any obvious Technic League regalia or less obvious necklace of the triangle under the shirt?
Sure, I'll take a retroactive
Was she wearing a cowboy hat?
memory vibe check.
Thank you. Yeah, Tarazi is sharper than I am, wiser than I am. Let's see. That is a 31.
Dang. That was a pretty wise perception check. I would say with a 31, Tarazi remembers that as she was first approaching him, she definitely sort of like moved her cloaks to hide something, and there is a non-trivial possibility that what she was hiding was a Technic League badge.
The shuffling, that's right. I couldn't think of a good way to make a joke of how to shuffle a cloak, like 52 cards, so I forgot all about it.
Yeah, there was a whole bridge operation going on. It was very elaborate.
Really quite dexterous. He would say that once they're back at Mockery's, he would say, you know, I saw her concealing something, and it may have been a Technic League badge. I can't say for sure.
Or like an off-brand Labubu she was embarrassed about.
I have so many questions, but we'll save those for the break in between the episodes. It's just I've never heard anyone actually say that word out loud
for a second,
and it's you really opened a lot of doors for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off-brand.
Ron.
Well, that seems promising, right? That's perhaps the style of attention we were trying to attract.
Maybe we can trick her into telling us something.
Possibly. I wanted to make sure she knew that we were fighting again tomorrow in case that news would be of import either to her or to someone she might report to. I don't know if she's associated with the Shade or if Broad is her type. I don't know.
I mean, if she's got a pulse, Broad is her type. Let's be real.
Oh, you're too kind. It's just a disguise, I know, but that is flattering.
I just love the like headcanon of how hunky Broad has to be at this point.
I like that I keep describing it as nondescript, and that makes me wonder, like, are all Khalids just smoking? Or is Broad just beefcake?
They're very attractive people, but he's more of a beefcake, I think, than the average Khalid. And the twin dice tattoos. It's so mysterious.
Which again is just the words dice.
Yep.
Written
As
twice.
you recall.
It's twice as dice.
Okay, so we're back at Mockery's. It's nighttime. We don't have anything to do until tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking it might be prudent to possibly take them up on the magical for if it seems surreptitious enough. I know it would violate the rules, but if it seems like they're connected to the Shade, that might be a good way to get in. It's by showing that you're willing to win at any cost.
I hadn't considered that.
But what if it's murder magic?
Yeah, what if it... Hey, willingly fail this save. It's totally not disintegrate. It's like, oh, well, I believe you.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, like, it's a big risk. And we are, from what I understand, the Shade is very dangerous, so even putting one or both of you in her orbit will incur some danger. That said, probably shouldn't go to a second location with some Technic League agent you just met. It's like a general PSA for everybody.
Well, I, for one, am down for a post-fight Numerian fluids.
Ah!
Anybody else?
What? I feel like I was making teleportation scrolls. That's what I was going to do. I was going to make a teleport scroll for Alwyn.
Kira leans over as if considering the Numerian fluids. It's like, maybe it'll go the other way this time.
Yo. Unaged 4D4 years or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
there we go.
There's at least a 50% chance, right?
No, that's a lie.
Has to be.
That's
you're
how
joking.
chances work.
That's how chances work.
Oh, hey, I did the thing. I think that might be my first time I ever did this. I went to type something and I just typed the word and not Pathfinder.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, lots of people do that all the time. That might have been my first time doing it because I don't remember doing that before. And I just typed the word teleport into Google and was very confused.
And Google was like, you can't.
No. I don't know. Those AI overviews
okay, that's a
probably
level
say you can.
5 wizard.
Yeah. Google AI was probably like, well, if you get enough glue.
If you really believe it. We can cut this out or put it for bloopers or whatever, but I just read 3 New York Times stories on AI psychosis, and they're so interesting and kind of scary. Oh, I shared one. I shared one in the thingy. In the guy, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
Fascinating.
In the
and
fan
upsetting.
Discord.
Oh, yeah. Join our Discord.
Plug.
The fan
I
guy.
gifted everyone a New York Times article. You don't even have to pay to read it. That's the kind of service you get with our fan Discord.
For free, you get so many gifted Times articles.
I also recently read, share it in our Discord, though I should have, one about how college students are having to purposely dumb down their papers because if they write them the way you're supposed to write them, it keeps getting flagged by AI, as AI.
Well, that would have actually served me pretty well, but that's a time long past.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, no, I will just stick with getting scrolls from Brixby. I wanted to look at what it costs to make a page of spell knowledge for a level 5 spell. 18,000 gold.
And I mean, ideally, you wouldn't be doing a whole lot of teleporting because I'd be alive.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
this is, one or two of these will hopefully, in case I get knocked out or we're separated or something, is kind of the goal.
Mm-hmm. God, those jump up in cost really quick. Level 1 spell is 500, and a level 2 is 2,000, and then it just increases exponentially from there.
That is magic.
Which, I mean, it is giving you an extra spell slot, basically, for all intents and purposes, so it makes... Or not an extra spell slot, an extra spell known, which is actually even bigger, but...
We roll into the 3rd of Neth.
I think so, which means...
I think so, yeah.
After I roll on that D100 table.
Wait, are you actually...
Oh, you are drinking one. I assumed it was a joke.
I'm committed to scribing.
It doesn't count as magic if you gain a level the night before.
All right, night's rest.
The addict in me is like, let's do it. Let's go. But the responsible role player in me thinks, no, don't, Izzy.
Well, so Kira is full strength now. Full strong.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the
Has it
other-
been the night?
No, not till tomorrow night.
Not till tomorrow
Oh.
night.
It's only been the one day, and
Okay.
it's 24 hours per point.
Here it was. Jumping the gun. All right.
So exciting.
It's probably boring. It's got a 52.
52. I guess you got to make a fortitude
Oh, no.
save.
I didn't realize you rolled for real. This is why I wasn't taking it seriously. This is a coping mechanism.
That is a 24 fortitude save.
All right, you're fine. You feel a little ill, but other than that, you're not mechanically sickened for 24 hours.
Oh. I don't think this was as fun the second time. Especially because nobody else did it.
And then again, Kira's like,
Oh well.
I mean, me? No.
Are you sure?
Don't do that, Sam.
I didn't get fast healing like I did the last time.
Let's quickly move on to the next day. I cannot afford another 13 years. I mean, I can, but I will be sad.
Well, rolling to the next day, I do need a different D100 roll from everyone.
Oh, right, the new area sickness or whatever the heck we got going on. Where are my
62.
There they are.
Brixby's fine.
25?
Kira's fine, but it was close.
Woohoo!
Oh, good. Then a 50 should be good.
Yeah, you're good.
And a 67 dies.
You're fine with the 67. You're basically
Yeah, those
trying to roll above a 21.
cowards at Paizo won't make a D100 chart that's just completely random
Yeah.
on their numbers.
So It's goo time. Although the stakes are pretty high. This is the second to last roll, the penultimate roll. And I, with guidance, will have a +9 on this, and I have to hit an 18.
An 18 on the die?
No. So I have to roll higher,
okay.
a 9 or higher. So I just have to not roll an 8 or below, which, is not terrible.
Still a better
Better
than
than
50% chance.
Just
Yeah.
putting it out there.
Jerome and
56.
Izzy do have 2 sky medals each.
Wait, how
Apparently
did that
rolled a
happen?
1d220.
Oh, you rolled a D220.
That was a good warm up there. Yeah. I usually would say hold the sky medal for the last roll. Especially just, all right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Hey.
Oh, it's a 7.
Yep. Unfortunately, I produce foul. The goo tastes like violence and pugilance and whatever other stuff. I don't know, some stale popcorn. And we have to start at square
And
one.
male.
So
Bar
unfortunate.
peanuts.
Ugh.
Dang.
That's okay. I mean, it's really just so like Rusty can eventually learn like a language and some cool feats, of course. The big one is the feats. We'll get there. If we don't beat this AP in 6 days' time.
It's possible. Stranger things have happened.
Have they?
I don't know. I assume.
Jeff says yes, so.
I mean, it's not that strange of a thing.
Yeah, the time dilation in this is pretty weird. I mean, who knows? Maybe we can just go.
Oh, right. 6 in-game days. That's a good point.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if.
Real
It's like, I
life
feel
days,
like
that
we
could
just
be
discussed
100
everyone
years.
being out of town, but okay.
Yes. So, it's the morning. Aside from feeding Rusty disgusting goo, did we have anything on the schedule before fighting today? Were there any leads to follow for Kira's mom beyond what?
I think that we are still at go fighting.
Did we ever ask the people at the Fight Club about Kira's mom?
Tried to. It did not go well because I was not specific enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that came up was the shade.
Yeah, no, that's
nothing Kira's mom like that we know of.
Right. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, because it feels bad to just waste the whole day.
We wouldn't be wasting the whole day because I think that this would be the time that Brixby would really start getting insistent on learning more about what's going on with Vargas. So I think.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to think we could gather information.
So we know that he was with Gartone, and we know that at least some of the older Kellids in town know who he is, but none of them have seen him. And as from Eshki, they assume he's decades dead anyway. So I think trying to talk to League people would be the best thing for that, but I don't know what the safest way of doing something like that would be. Because the Kellid side of things, they don't seem to have much info.
Hat of disguise. Show up as a delivery person. You've got 2 pizzas for a Vargas Mountain Fist. Anybody know where we can find them?
Did they say Eshki talked about that the Technic Lead's headquarters is up on the top of the hill next to the palace. Are we allowed in there the same way we're allowed in the palace, or do they keep their building locked down?
I
Do we know?
Believe they told you that was more of a closed to the public type place. Like it has a wall and
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
Well, Brixby could always audition for the Technic League with your magical prowess. And Kira and I will keep fighting, and then Alwyn can get a new adventuring party if we all perish.
Ellen can go see if he can become Kevath Cool's court jester or something.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, we can go bother him
yeah,
again.
I mean,
Like,
no.
that wouldn't help us at all, but it would be
and
fun.
I mean, like, it really feels like kicking the hornet's nest is unwise at this point, especially because, like, none of our magical protections are particularly strong. So it's like, could be easily dismissed via dispel magic, seen through, well, alt not infuse self because it's an actual transmutation. But you know, the illusions.
But the rest of them, anybody with true seeing, which any of the captains are going to be strong enough that they could potentially have something like that.
And possibly just, you know, invisibling around. But at the same time, obviously, I love that and would love to do that and want to go find Vargas. But wondering, it seems like League folks would be the only way to get information on him. We could close to the Technic League like building, and I could cast locate creature. And we could see.
I wonder if we could.
Do I have scrying?
Like, what if we did something similar to like what we did when we went and saw the bear emulate? We like try to, like, we say we have though I don't know if he's like tries to like, oh, we have information on this guy, and they'd be like, well, no, you don't, because we already caught him, or something, like a way to confirm whether or not.
I just feel like if we approach them at all, we're like, without having like an in, there is a chance that you could just be thrown in there, right? It's like, I'm even afraid to like display a level of magical prowess that might be unique to, you know, only a few people in the city who are like actually could cast spells of 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
That's the thing that I keep forgetting is like the vast majority of people on Galarian are not as strong as we are right now.
Just like the way that we move throughout the city kind of like makes waves because we have this power. So it's kind of trying to figure out ways to do that.
Mr. Mockery, I know we kind of asked you this before, but we've gotten a little bit more info since then. There isn't anyone you know that could potentially find out anything about current prisoners of the Technic League, is there? I know we kind of asked you something similar when we first got to the city, but has anything changed since then, or do you trust us more maybe, or anything like that?
He thinks for a moment and he says, I don't think anything's really changed. You would, for someone who's an actual prisoner of the League, you would probably have to have someone who has access to their facilities, which is precious few. Pauldrus could have helped you years ago, but obviously he is not here now, and he's not working for them any longer. I'm afraid I don't have an inside man.
He said most of his people recently got hit in like a purge or something, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Say something like that?
Said he's lost a lot of people lately.
I mean, we could snoop around and see what it looks like around there.
Is there more? Let's think about, like, is there more information that we could gather about the Technic League building, the Technic League itself? Is like there just anything else that I'm just trying to think, like, is there more info that we could probably?
Yeah, do they have like substations around town stuff? Like, do they have like, it wouldn't be like police stations, but like other areas that might be less guarded type thing, like that maybe, like, do they have outposts or anything like that around town? Because it is a big city. I can't imagine they're all just in that one building. But maybe they are.
And are you asking Mockery that, or?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Does the Technic League have any kind of, like, outposts or anything that might not be as heavily guarded as their headquarters, where we could maybe sneak around?
They probably have some measure of safe houses around the city, but nothing that's specifically known to me. I'm sure the Shade has a place somewhere where she actually lives. I think she only rarely returns to the facility itself. They control Skywatch, of course, the tower, but I think that's fairly lightly defended, if not particularly important to them. I'm not sure what else are they. Obviously, they have a presence in the Palace of Fallen Stars itself, but for the most part, they have their labs in their own facility, and as many of them as can be are wedded to those, if not planning trips into the Silver Mount itself.
So, would you say that the Technic League, if I were to use one of my school spells, Vision, which is like a sped up version of Legend Lore, would you describe that as an important place, the Technic League headquarters? Something that would have some detailed information about it that could be divined through Legend Lore. I know that there's like a level cutoff when you're talking about like a legendary individual.
Like the palace definitely would, and so would the
Right,
mountain.
I know, but I'm asking
Yeah.
specifically about if the Technic League has been an institution long enough for something like that, or their headquarters is notorious enough, or if it's yeah. I mean, I'm willing to, invest the 250 gold pieces and get the fatigue to get the answer. So it's not like I'm fishing before doing this. If it's more like, I just don't know if they just like moved from like an office park last April, and like, they haven't even, like, there's still stuff in boxes inside, and like.
I mean, I think that would you be casting it on the league itself or their facility? I mean, theoretically, you could do it on either. I guess I'm not really sure what it says you can target with Legend Lore.
Legend Lore brings to your mind legends about an important person, place, or thing. And then it's basically then from there, it's about your proximity to that thing. And it's if you only know rumors and you're not familiar with it, that's like the far, far end. And we have physically seen this place and could even have it at hand, potentially. But that only affects how long it takes to cast the spell. And if you only have rumors of it, then you may also just get false information.
Yeah, this is a potentially viable use of the spell.
Okay, cool. I could do a thing that I learned semi-recently and see if I can learn anything about the place. I'm going to need some things. I'm going to need incense and ivory.
Stickers?
Those always help, of course.
Yeah.
And he actually like really appreciates the sticker because this casting the spell like this is kind of bizarre for him because his mom does divinatory magic, but in a completely oracular way. So this is comforting and disquieting at the same time.
Well, you don't know what it says yet.
I thought it said comforting and disquieting at the same time. It's just.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. No, I think it says probably sorry for your mommy issues. But with a sad face.
It's okay, but it really it develops a very interesting TTRPG character.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that you would get the object at hand or persons at hand, or you're in the place, because you're not in the place unless you're going to sneak in to do this. So it's the DC 25 version of it.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, if you did it invisibly, if it only takes one action, your chances of getting caught are
it's not a
probably
bad
super
idea,
low.
honestly.
I'm not saying sneak in, but like get outside around the corner and
Yeah. But yeah, I think honestly low key is probably better. So I'm gonna go up. Does anybody want to come? Anybody want to come with on this fact finding mission?
No.
All right. So Brixby's gonna go alone. And he is going to but
I was
before he
kidding.
goes,
I just thought
Nope,
that we would be
he's
busy
gone.
tonight, and I didn't want to go. Okay. I'm gonna feel so sad if he dies.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible if he dies. It's on all of your collective hands. Brixby leaves with the infused spell, itself spell on, looking like a slightly different Asimar than the day before, and then is going to make his way to the lawn, the area around. I don't know. Do they have a nice garden going on near the Technic League headquarters?
I'm trying to see if there's like anything outside there.
They just have one of those ugly white PVC fences, like a what do you call them? Community has.
So I mean, the mountain itself is, or not mountain, but the hill that everything is on is freely navigable, so you can get up at least into the shadow of the wall of the technically compound. Like the compound itself will just sort of be right in front of you. Or you're standing like at in front of the only ground level entrance. You'd be in front of a gray gate of metal that's in a 12-foot high wall made of the same dark gray metal. The wall itself has like a visible walkway across the top. There are outbuildings like built into the wall, and then you can see buildings beyond the wall. Everything, or the gate, along the sides of the gate are like sculptures of flowers in pots. Like they made fake flowers out of like scrap metal and broken machines. A little bit of decorating. Just a normal interior decoration from the good old Technic League.
Love it. I love the like wacky, like to think it's just one of them, that like everybody else is working on devious projects, and then there's somebody just turning cogs into daisies all day, not totally getting what they do there. I'm gonna get away from the front door, and then maybe look around and see if it looks like I'm being observed.
Make me a perception
I'm
check.
going to do that just presently, right now. That is a 29.
It looks like, and you can kind of see in the distance off to the east, there is a gearsman like atop the wall patrolling back and forth. It's not like focused on you or anything. It's just kind of patrolling up there. That's the closest thing that you can see. That'd be over this way.
All right. Bixby is then going to cast invisibility on himself and then move from that spot and wait 1 minute, because he has 14 of them. Is there any special attention that's being paid at that time to like that area at all, the location he was in?
Nothing obvious. Nothing seems to happen.
All right. Well, Bixby's going to pull out his ivory and his incense, and he is going to cast vision. And I guess that means I have to ask a specific question with vision. I would like to know where they keep the prisoners inside of the technically compound. And now I have to make a caster level check against a DC 25. That's not a gimme at all. I have to roll an 11 or higher.
I thought the 25 was you weren't at hand.
I am at hand.
Never
You're
mind.
right. It is just a 20, but I did just roll, speaking of 20s, a natural 20 for a 34.
Nice.
That takes a little bit of the drama out of the question. Rolling the natural 20.
Yeah, that would have even beat the DC 30 version.
And that does mean, yes, that it's, as Jeff so astutely pointed, all of this rigmarole was to have it at hand, so the DC is only 20.
So I think I'm trying to conceptualize like what this vision looks like to answer Brixby's question. And I think that the main thing that he sees is like a bank of prison cells, just like lining a narrow hallway, and it looks like there are a bunch of cells, and that there are there's moaning voices coming out of them. You can't tell like when this is, or is this a memory? Is this a new thing? And you can see like emaciated people, and you can see like a skeletal person who died in there long ago. And then I think the vision starts raising up and goes through the floor or through the ceiling and out through like the floor of another room. And this is just like a blurred, empty kind of space that it's hard to even tell. Like it seems vaguely green, everything is strange, and you're still rising up. And you rise up again through the ceiling and emerge through the floor of another room, and this is like everything is growing more vague and more confusing the further you get from those prison cells. So you can't even really recognize the physical structure of this room, only that like it's definitely a human or humanoid made facility, like with hewn walls and things, and you're still rising, and you rise up through the surface or through the ceiling of that again and emerge at a place that is both the technically building, like, or that at least you know is the main building of the compound, but at the same time it's just sort of the ground, as if the building isn't there anymore. Like you know you're in the right place, but the sort of vision has deteriorated to the point where the building itself isn't even perceptible. So you just emerge with this sense that it is 3 stories buried below the compound. There is a bank of prison cells with potentially numerous prisoners.
Oof. Well, feeling fatigued and overwhelmed and daunted at what that vision gave him, I think Brixby's going to beat a retreat back to Mockeries. Let the invisibility expire naturally in an alleyway and then come back. Well, actually, Allowen, would you mind casting one of those lower, less powerful restorative magics on me? I'm a bit tired. I'm sorry to ask. This is a new spell for me.
Okay, will do. And then he casts a level 60 on you. No, he does a lesser rest.
Hands him a fruit.
hits you with a lesser rest, which I think that removes fatigue.
I believe so.
correct?
Yeah, I believe it does.
But not exhaustion.
Also eliminates any fatigue. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, it turns exhaustion into
That
fatigue.
makes sense. Thank you. I feel significantly better. And, well, it's not great news. He's down at least 3 levels, or maybe not. Hey, I asked where the prisoners are kept. It's hard. You have to frame it as a question, and then you get a vision. It started at a row of cells, and then it rose through a floor, and then another floor, then another floor. So I have a feeling that our long and winding bloody road is going to lead us to that place. And I have a feeling that down deep in the earth is our friend.
Well, we should go then, right? If we know where he is.
Well, I didn't try to locate him per se while there. Really should have done that. Brixby's smarter than I am. Yeah, I mean, we don't know that he is there. We can determine, again, through magic. Regardless, we could go back and determine that he is in there. I think just the overwhelmingness of the level of the magic that I was trying to cast sort of prevented me from thinking about further divining if he was inside of the building. So, I mean, we could do that. That's something that we could actually do pretty easily, and I could do silently and still. So there's no proof that we're casting a spell. If you'd like to go back with me this time, we could see if he's inside the building.
Yeah, Kira's already nodding, just from the slightest hint that there might have been a yes, even. I don't even think, like, for her... Well, even if we don't know he's there, we should try, right? Because the other people there are probably in trouble, and maybe he is there, and maybe they do know what he is doing, and maybe they know where he is. So we should probably just go break them out and hope he's there, and if he's not, then we should set everything on fire.
I don't know, and I am usually here to storm virtually anything with you. I don't know if we can go into the front door on this one and even make it 1 floor. We're going to need more information, but we should figure out if he's there. I think that's our second step.
Kira looks unconvinced, but doesn't say anything else.
All right. I guess we go back and this time cast a different spell.
Before we get into any results of that spell, can I just get a will save from Alwyn real quick?
Aha, it wasn't my
geez.
fault this time.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Uh-huh. A lot of
Also,
good
who
will
keeps
saves.
doing this to us?
Interesting. All right, continue.
Are we being scared?
Yeah, we'll head back.
What's happening? All right.
At least Kira will go with
Yeah.
Brixby.
Oh, I wonder if someone is trying to
what
scry
I
on
am.
us. Because that would explain how they keep doing it even though we're in
Yeah.
disguise.
That's what I'm thinking. But speaking of, I can divinate as well. Let's divin. I am going to cast a still and silent locate creature, which just means that I'm brandishing some fur. Which is the material component.
Oh, I'm like, is that Vargas's armpit hair?
It's like, yeah, it's like, wait, you have Vargas fur?
Just while I was like, swarming a square with you, I was also just collecting a little bit of your leg hair. It's good. It's so I can find you later.
Yeah, I assumed you were using the note as a
That's what we
I don't
thought,
need
too.
that. Yeah, that is not apparently. Yeah.
Oh, you don't actually need a item from the person? That's
The
convenient.
spell locates a known creature. You slowly turn and sense when you're facing in the direction of the creature to be located, provided it is within range. You also know which direction the creature is moving. You can locate a creature of a specific kind. Brandishing the aforementioned fur, Rixby casts a still and silent locate creature and begins rotating.
I'm just checking stuff. I think that it's weird because the rotation doesn't go far. It's just that it pulls down.
All right. That answers that question. I believe he's down there. We should leave. Before somebody tries to storm the castle or the stronghold.
Yeah, Kira had taken off toward the castle door. I was like, wait, what? We're leaving?
She has a battering ram she got from
Yeah.
somewhere.
We can get Dippin' Dots, the most scientific of ice cream.
Kira gives one longing look back toward the palace and then is like, fine.
How does it feel to stand 4 stories above your imprisoned alternative character, Shiro?
I'm kind of exactly as interested in this as everybody else is.
What did everybody look like while you were just hanging out outside the technically compound?
Kira
Was
looks
it
like a
Brad
human.
and Lightning Face?
No. Kira looks like I'm out of species. A elven man. Nondescript, as per usual. That means I don't have to describe
So
it.
just really, really hot.
Naturally.
I think Vargas. Oh God! I mean, I think Alwyn is mainly sticking to just kind of generic Kellids, but a little bit different each day. Like he's maybe wised up a little bit after Kira got caught out in a disguise and is not just like palette swaps of himself anymore. He's trying to look more kind of like similar to the people they see around as they walk through town. Just not the same one twice ever.
Asimar. Still the same infused self spell that I cast this morning. I would assume would still be rolling, if not, and I cast a different one, that I'm going to look slightly different at that point. I have 2 hours and 10 minutes per casting.
Yeah, so you could have done both trips in one cast.
But this should be good for going outside someone's house and casting spells at it.
What about Tarazi?
Tarazi would have looked like a male half-orc, an inch and a half shorter than Kira. Obviously younger. Just kidding.
She's so old.
She's old. Tarazi's still older than you. No, he would have looked like, you're never going to believe this, nondescript. Just like a dude.
I have to track so many different like instances of like such and such seeing such and such.
Yeah, I can't go back to the Catman because Elias would have seen him. So like, I got to be somebody different. He's not a beefcake in this body. He's a very average half-orc.
Nondescript, some might say.
I can't wait till one of us monkeys and typewriters ourselves into looking like a technically agent or something by accident.
Who says you haven't yet?
Ooh.
All right. So you've spent a couple hours of the morning doing some prep, eating some gross goo, figuring out where Vargas is, which is apparently under the Technic League facility, 3 basements deep. You've definitely still got some time today before the fights this evening. Anything else you want to do? Is everybody just hanging out? We making scrolls? We searching for rumors?
I mean, I don't want to sign Alwyn up for information gathering, but we could try and just do the old-fashioned gather information on Kira's mom, or what's probably the safest thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm looking for this work lady who was a friend of the family.
We'd be up for doing that for a couple hours. That's a diplomacy roll and then a roll for how many hours it takes, correct?
Yeah, it's a D4 hours.
That is not the best roll, but my diplomacy is high. That is a 26.
26 is pretty... Let me just check my DCs here. So asking... What specifically is Alwyn asking here?
Would we be... Do we know her name? Did we ever learn that or no?
I don't think you've ever gotten a name, no.
Yeah, because Kolgara knew about her, but didn't know, like, a name. Or if she did, she never bothered to tell us, because she was not the nicest person.
She was pretty dead at the
so
time.
I think I'd mainly be going by description. Like, has anyone heard of a, like, middle-aged female orc possibly working as a fighter or a gladiator in town, possibly related to the League? Or in their, like, employ.
I heard she came from Scrapwall.
Yeah. Yeah, mentioned that she came from Scrapwall. Because we know that scarred League captain was the one that recruited her or whatever.
I think with a 26 and that description, you get a whole lot of nothing for a while. I'll roll on how long it takes also.
Oh, yep. Let's see how many hours. That is 3 hours.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a slog asking around, looking for people who might have been into the prize fighting scene in Starfall. And, like, you notice, first of all, striking out a lot with the younger people. They just blank stares in response. But when Alwyn starts finding like a little bit of an older crowd and talking to people who maybe have been around a while, at first there's just like the occasional kind of like facial expression that seems like that sounds familiar, without any definitive answers. But I think like over like maybe somebody like sort of half remember something and like goes and goes like, whoa, wait a second, let's go. I think a friend of mine might remember. And then like that leads you over to another person. They find like an older guy, like a Khaled who's clearly been around for quite some time. There's a guy who's like stooped with age and he's got like gnarled hands.
This is Vargas, but Alwyn doesn't recognize him because he's never met him.
Much younger than Vargas, maybe 80-ish, that kind of thing. So, a couple generations younger than Vargas, but this guy, who's, his eyes are kind of clouded over with cataracts, but he thinks, at the description, he goes like, I think I remember a description of someone like that. It would have been long ago. It would have been 18 years, maybe a little less, but there was I can't remember her name, but there was a prize fighter. She sounds familiar, but I don't think she's been here for a long time. And he's like sort of squinting at nothing and then looking down at his hands. Chesed? perhaps she may have been from Chesed? I'm sorry, I can't be more helpful, young man. It's been a long time. Memory's not what it used to be.
Is Alwyn doing this all by himself?
He would probably bring one of the two marshals with him. So either Kira or Tarazi. I imagine it would probably be Kira.
Kira
that
would volunteer,
wanna...
yeah, if she knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And is getting like visibly frustrated and discouraged by this point when she finally gets this news. And like, again, walks up a little too close to this guy and is like, you don't know anything else? Like anything else?
And he kind of squints up at this elven man who's too close.
Oh, yeah. That's my elven man voice.
He goes, I'm afraid I can't call anything to mind. It's been a long time. I think tattoos. Maybe she had strange, like almost like the machines, like they would light up. But that's what sticks out to me. But I'm afraid it has been quite some time.
Kira goes very still and says nothing.
Well, thank you for your information.
And I think as Kira goes very still and the old man goes back to sitting on a barrel as NPCs do, I'm going to bed.
I love a barrel NPC. Night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, old barrel Sam.
Good night, Barrel NPC.
Barrel.
Old Jimmy Barrels, they call him. Not to be confused with Jimmy Fame.
Machine.
No relation.
Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Yeah, Izzy described the experience of like listening to the episode and then like making a joke, and then you make some shade of that exact same joke in the
That's
episode.
happened at least 3 times. And
Same.
it's always so funny and so sad to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm
Like, I
it's-
have not progressed at all since we recorded that episode. I am exactly the same.
See, I usually like to say, at least I'm consistent. That is my
That's a much better way of putting it. My therapist would be proud.
thank you. I paid a therapist a lot to get to say exactly that.
This episode's sponsored by BetterHelp.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
It's really not.
I would have to resist.
It's like, no,
hell it
nobody
is.
has good things to say about BetterHelp.
Yeah, over under on that being the platform that rolls out AI therapists.
Oh, God, they totally would. Oh, no. They probably already did.
100%. They
I
probably
feel like
already
I'm
have
getting
them.
ads for them that specifically say, like, we're not AI therapists. We have real humans.
Well, that's because
So
they know
soon.
you're scared of the AI.
Yeah.
But it's said like in clearly the TikTok AI voice that's saying it.
We are not artificial intelligence. We are real humans. It's like, oh, okay. That was a very
Yeah.
normal way to say that.
Why would you think we were not humans?
Would a not human say this? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. I don't know what that means, but it's probably a swear.
To say it's deeply offensive.
Yeah,
Like
we
the
gotta
letter C.
believe that.
What a non-human say. What did she
You'll
say?
never know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I interrupted you, Jeff.
I have no idea what I was going to say. I'm sure it was important.
Zach, he did nose goes. What are you gonna do?
I'm gone. You can't even
Oh, fair.
see me in the background.
There, he's gone. That is true.
This is all
Fantastic.
quality bloop material.
I don't have any additional notes of things we were going to talk to her about. Like Vargas was the main one. And obviously the fact that we were part of a anti-technical league resistance. And the whole sheet thing. Was there more that we had to have in this convo, or did we just kind of like put a pin in it because that was a good place to end recording?
I think we kind of.
I think we kind of ended because we were done talking to her, basically. Like she had served her narrative purpose, at least for this night.
Okay. Be sure to tell her as such before we leave. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something that I was missing before we popped back in. Goodbye. Not really.
Later. Indeed.
In fact, no, it's classic Lightning McFace.